Hello! In this short episode, we're going to talk a little bit about thinking like the criminal. To exercise your skills and deepen your understanding about techniques of cyber criminals, what better way than to start thinking like they would? And your assignment is to do the recon and possibly scanning phases of a cyber attack revolving around ID theft. That is the largest category of cybercrime. So, in this project, you're going to choose a company or organization as your target. You're then going to do some generalized research to find out about who works there, what software they use. Perhaps you can find out about hardware and versions thereof, any issues or problems the company might be struggling with. You'll look at industry forums. Perhaps you will look on GitHub or Stack Overflow for discussions that are going on. All kinds of great research activities. And in this short episode, I want to talk about 3 other tools or techniques that are available to you that could really jumpstart you on this journey. So the first one is the TraceLabs open source distribution that was first developed to help find missing persons, but it's just a great operating system distribution with customized scripts to just be able to just track down various persons or organizations, do deep dive investigations, and the TraceLabs.org website is the place to begin. You'll be able to watch an introduction and installation video. You'll be able to find the OVA file, which is a Oracle VirtualBox installer. And I will show you that I have the TraceLabs OSINT or Open Source Intelligence distribution on my computer, and we can log in with the username OSINT and password also OSINT, and we should be able to see the desktop quite easily. There are lots of tools built right in. I encourage you to take a look at one or more of the tools. We can see there is a Tor browser, the Onion router for obfuscation of your identity if you are an investigator. There are email buster tools. There is data analysis software. There are tools to find information on wikis. There's phone number open source intelligence search tools. There's all kinds of stuff for social media research, finding people's actual handles or users names. There is just a rich source of tools, and you can read and learn and dive in to the TraceLabs OSINT, both by reading about it on the web presence and installing it in VirtualBox and taking it for a spin. Another tool that I advise you to take a look at is the National Vulnerability Database, found at nvd.nist.gov. And what this repository does is show you actual vulnerabilities that have been discovered, along with some summary of the vulnerability and a severity rating. So let's just take a look at the first one that we find on the list. It's Adobe Experience Manager version 6.5.2, and any version earlier is being affected by a vulnerability in cross-site scripting. Cross-site scripting, or XSS, has been in the top 5-6 in the web vulnerability ratings for a decade, and we can see that it's still an issue. And this particular vulnerability can be abused by attackers that don't even have very high privilege, and they are able to inject malicious scripts into form fields on a website to leak information. So that is a bad one, and there are many, many, many more. That's the last 20 that are scored, but you can use the sidebars here to find many, many more, as well as information on what the common vulnerability scoring system is and how it works. And then the last thing I want to touch on is Google Dorking. You go, wow, that's a strange term. That is an ability to use your regular old Google search tool, but in a much higher caliber and more effective way. Google Dorking, as you can see on the screen, is sometimes just known as Google hacking, and it is the technique that uses advanced search operators along with your regular keywords so that you can return information that may not ordinarily be returned by a Google search, but can be some juicy stuff. So I'll just show a very simple Google Dork by using the keyword file type, or the operator file type, and searching file type XLS and then keyword insurance. And we can see that I have returned from that search lots of different Excel files, some maybe not, terribly interesting, but we can go on, and maybe we'll hit upon something that is, a little on the juicy side. Perhaps here's one: the faculty and staff overseas insurance roster from North Carolina A&T. By clicking on that, I was able to download that file and then I can just double click on it and take a look at the contents. You can use your own Google Dorks to uncover maybe some juicy information on your own and use that as a part of your project. There is so much to learn, so much to discover. Just get out there and play with it and dig in, and you will just be surprised how much you can learn, and you'll have a great project where you will think like the criminal.